morning, everybody. Hope everybody's well, doing great, having an awesome day. I'm here for you. We're here together. We're all together to learn, to get better, to improve our game. Hopefully, would be in a nice, simple, fun, exciting type of way. Just warming up right now. Oh, haven't hit any shots today. So just here to, it's a tough day for me because yesterday I played and I hit the ball really badly all day. Had a few good shots, but I was at Sherwood Country Club at a charity event, and you know, gorgeous spot, and the Champions Tour is there this week, so we were getting on the course before them, and it's in pristine condition. So I was excited to play. Of course, everything was perfect, but just played horribly. It's too bad. And oh, my swing still feels weird. But my whole mindset was, look, just hit like you're hitting into the net. And, you know, I kind of hit it around. My team, we had a great team. We could have won low gross. I had a guy on my team, Jesse. He played for Cal, and he played in, I think, I forgot what year, but it was their national championship team. He played with James Hahn and a couple other guys that are on tour right now. So, I mean, so he's a stick. I'm not bad. And we had two other single-digit handicappers, and we couldn't get low gross. That's how bad we played. And we were the lowest handicap team out there. So it was tough. It was a rough day. But that happens, you know, right? Isn't that golf? I putted well. My putting was spot on, except the 3-putt on a par 5 for par. That was the only hiccup I had. Other than that, my putting was rock solid. Made a lot of long putts. Unfortunately, they were mostly for par. Hello from Georgia. Hello, Georgia. Mohammed from Pakistan. You serious? You from Pakistan? Right on. That's cool. Across the world hanging out with us. That's awesome. I met a kid yesterday named Mohammed. He was part of the First Tee program. That's what the charity was for. He hit my putt on the 18th hole. That video will be coming out here soon. So, there you go. Let's see. All right, we got a question of the day. Should I pull down with the left arm? Should I pull down with the, great question. Should you pull down with your left arm? I would say, here's what the feeling you should have with your left arm with your golf swing. It should feel like it stays here. Okay? As you turn, you just want to hold it here. Just like let it hang out here. Turn and just try to keep it back here. The reason is, if you pull down here, you're going to get into this position and you could really get stuck here. And then you've got to turn from this point, which could cause you to flip your hands, which could cause you to, if you get stuck in here and you don't rotate, you're going to get one of these positions. And you don't want that. So I like to feel like my left arm just stays here and falls this direction like that as I rotate. So I'm trying to keep it there as long as possible. That's the feeling. And hopefully, you know, it'll just fall down into the slot in the best position. But pulling it, if you're here and you're just gonna jam yourself in here, and then you're gonna extend up like that, typically is what's gonna happen. So don't pull, just let it hang out and fall. Hey, England, Danny. Good to have you. Thanks for hanging out with us. Spain? Dude, we got the whole world in the house. I love it. This is what I love about YouTube and this platform is not only can you be anywhere in the world, you can, I see your chats right here live. I'm in Los Angeles, so I love that. I love that connection with so many people who just want to get better at the game, improve, and just hang out and kind of learn from each other too. And so as I go, if you have thoughts, questions, concerns, just post them in the chat room. Always helpful to help each other. That's why we're here. That's what I love about the golf community. It's what I want it to be is just everybody collaborating together, helping each other grow the game, improve. We can learn. I've learned so much from so many different people over the years that I just love to share it, to get it out there, to learn from other people. And I certainly don't know everything, but I've tried a lot of stuff. So I'm happy to share what I've learned over the years, because ultimately I want to see people get better. I want to see that next Tiger Woods come around, and that guy, that girl, whoever it is, it's only going to happen because they were introduced to the game in a way that inspired them to work, incredibly hard at the game. And so that's why I do this, because I just want to, who knows, maybe one thing I say, something I do just helps a kid pick up a club, or it helps you play your best round ever. Honestly, man, that's why I do this. And I try to do everything I can to make it as simple and as fun as possible for everybody. Michigan? All right. And roller release. Okay, cool. Great question. From Mark in Michigan. Wondering if you could describe the difference between square and rollover release and what you prefer. Okay, great. So the rollover release would be something like this, where you're rolling those hands down and through. Tiger Woods does this. A lot of guys do this. And you're coming through. There's just a lot of face rotation into that, where you're just rolling that under. Your hands are going to roll over to some degree no matter what. But that's the rollover. And you kind of end up in this position. It's not a bad way to go. It works for people. I think it works if you practice a lot and you're really hitting a lot of balls, because it takes a lot of eye-hand coordination, a lot of good timing. You have to have that consistent. The square is you are holding that in here and you're rotating your body. That club face is square, like in here. That's like a Lee Trevino move. Ben Hogan did it. Square in here. And you're holding that square through here as long as possible. And then you come out here. So it's a different move. That right elbow's tucked in. You're in here. And it's a lot more rotation of your body. I like that move better for me, especially now that I play a little bit less than I used to, because I'm more consistent. Even on my bad days, my balls they're not everywhere. I can really hold it in here and compress the ball and get it going. I don't know if you can see a difference, but this is the square release, which I like. That to me sounds good, feels good. And then this would be the rollover, where I'm really trying to release and roll my hands over. And I hooked that ball a lot. I could feel it. Now, if I practice that a lot, I can get it down so I wouldn't hook it. But I really don't like hooking the golf ball. Even yesterday, I hit a few hook shots. And I really dislike that, especially on the golf course. So I feel like that square release allows me to turn as hard as I can and not hook the ball. Again, not missing left. And then I could play that little cut shot with that way. So that's something I like. Phoenix, hello. Some good friends in Phoenix. Houston, thank you. MK2. Okay, JD, let me look at this. When hitting irons, particularly 4-iron and 8-irons, in order to capitalize on distance, should I be scooping the ball, aka hitting up on the ball, or should I be hitting down on the ball? Okay. So you've got a 4-iron. 4 iron through 8 iron. Okay, those are a little different. Here's my 4 iron here. So the 4 iron just, okay, it's essentially the same swing. And yeah, you're descending on the ball. I don't want you to hit up on these. The only difference is the ball is going to be slightly more forward in your stance with a 4 iron. So like the soccer ball here would represent my 8 iron. Grab that. So if I'm hitting an 8 iron, that's just center my stance. And then when I do the 4, I'm like, yeah, I'm a little more than a ball. I'm like a ball and a half forward. So if here's my 8, my 4 would be, yeah, but I'd say a ball forward. Let's be safe, just 1 ball forward. And the swing is the same. The 8 iron here, the bottom of your swing arc is just down here, and then with your 4, now what you're doing is you're moving that forward, and you're just tilting that shoulder down, and you're not hitting as down on it. It's a little more. Here's your 8 and your 4. It's not up on it, but because it's forward, it's just a little. It's a little less down on the ball. But I want to keep that as shallow as possible without coming up on it. I don't want to hit up on it because you'll thin it. I still want to take a little divot with that 4 iron. I want to feel a little turf after I hit that ball. And then when you get into your hybrid and your 3 metal and your driver, then you start coming a little more up on it. But even that hybrid and the 4 iron, I would say, are similar. And you could hit down. Don't be afraid. I think what messes people up is they have a hybrid in their hand and they feel like they have to hit up on it. You don't. Hit down on it a little bit. Same position as your 4 iron. And don't be afraid to take a little divot. This thing has such a wide sole that it's not really going to dig in the ground, hopefully, too much. And you could glide it. Use that sole plate as your feel to really get that driving into the earth a little bit. It's not going to hurt you. I'd say if you make an error with your hybrid, what you want to do is the error should be take a little bit extra divot as opposed to hitting it thin. Because you're using this club probably to get a little more height on the ball, so you really don't want to hit that thin. So don't be afraid to dig in. Because the more you hit down on this, the higher to go. So try not to hit up on that too much. 3 wood should just be very level, and then your driver, you start coming up. Okay, I can't pronounce your name, sorry. Does a different shaft variation really matter? Yes, they do. So these are XP95s, True Temper, so they're lighter shafts. And I can swing them faster, but they're pretty stiff. They're an S300. They're stiff, but, and they're cut down a 1/2 inch. So it's all kind of calculated together so I can get a lot more speed. I cut it down so it's a little more stiff than if it were a 1/2 inch longer even. So that helps the flexibility. And you're talking about with your irons, it's how high are you hitting the ball, how far is it going, and you want to get a shaft that really maximizes your game. So I have this shaft, it helps my longer irons, and my irons go higher and a bit, which gets me a little more carry. I like to carry these in the air a little bit and have a fast swing speed, a little bit lighter shaft, and I could feel the club head a little bit more for me with that lighter shaft. Your grips will affect also your shaft, because if you get a heavier, thicker grip, it's going to throw the weight off. So you want to make sure that you're getting fitted with the grips that you're going to use, or the style of grip you're going to use. And then in my driver, you know, that's something different. Again, you're looking for, I always say the club head is like your car, all right? And the shaft is the engine. It's the engine to your swing. And you'd be surprised at the difference a shaft will make in how you hit your driver. You could go just pick something up, go fitting place that makes a ton of shaft, like Fujikura or Diamana, or somebody that can dial you in and really hone in. I mean, they're experts in the shaft game, and they'll make some tweaks, and you'd be surprised at how much of a difference just changing the shaft will make in your ball launch angle, in the descent angle. That's so your launch angle is here. The descent angle is very important too, because you don't want that ball to come up and then just drop straight down. You want to maximize the arc of the ball and the carry. So that descent is very important as well. And then the spin, just changing the shaft could affect the spin. So you can have a high lofted club and a shaft that knocks that ball down, or you could have a very low lofted club and a shaft that knocks it up, and it affects the spin and everything. So I would recommend, especially in your driver, is really get a shaft fitting. It'll make a huge difference. I had this fit by Titleist, but again, I could step up my shaft game. I've played other shafts that perform better than this particular one. So there's always ways to improve. And you see the guys on tour, man, they'll change shafts based on conditions for the day, which is pretty crazy stuff. Okay. Thanks, Richard. Nottingham, love it. I got to get out there one day. On the downswing, should shoulders remain passive until the hands reach the pocket? Okay, here we go. What are your shoulders doing on your downswing? Do they remain passive? So if the shoulders are passive, then your arms and hands are doing a lot of work. So I'm doing hips and shoulders turning together. So my shoulders are back. On the downswing, my shoulders are turning slightly, not as fast as my hips. My hips are going to turn, but my shoulders are constantly in motion. Constantly in motion is what I like. I don't want anything, I don't think anything's passive, really. I mean, I'm loose, I'm not that loose, I'm not relaxed, you know. I think a myth is to relax. Don't relax. You look at a guy who can return serve on a tennis court, like, he's not relaxed. I'm relaxed when I'm on the couch, taking a nap. That's relaxation. But in golf, you want to be ready to go, like a shortstop, ready to get, you know, the ball hit at him. He's ready. He's not relaxed. He's ready to go. And so the same thing in golf. You're ready to go. You're in here. You're ready to spring into action, like you're in the starting blocks. Boom, and you're going to go. That's the feeling you should have in golf. You're ready to go. It's not relaxed. You're not like, oh, let me hit the ball. That's not what it's like. You're ready to go. I'm ready to attack the ball and to score and perform. That's the feeling. And then you could go after it. Try not to relax too much. It's hard to go full speed from a relaxed state. So be in a I'm ready to fire out of the starting block mentality, feeling in your body. Like, I mean, you're not all tense, right? But you're ready to spring in action at a shot of the gun. And that's how I want you to be. This is why people take so long in golf, because they're like so relaxed. Like this. And it's hard to move. You're too relaxed. You can't move. So you sit there for like 5 minutes before you hit a ball. So don't do that. I'm moving all the time. Nothing's passive. I come back here and I'm rotating and turning. And every piece of my body is engaged, ready to go. That's my mental thought. Florida, what's up? Okay. Vokey SM5 wedges, any good? Cheers from Perth. Not hardly. I played the Vokey SM5s for years, a couple years, and I loved them. Won a club championship with those wedges. Absolutely fantastic set of wedges. Now I have the SM7s. Great wedges too, but the SM5s are great. It's not a huge difference. They've made some extra grinds and custom features on the 7s and the 6s, so if they're not worn out and the grooves are good and you're comfortable with them, they're great wedges. Okay, Michigan, I still hit shots with my driver on the bottom half of the club face, even with the high tee. Okay, yeah. Common problem. Common problem. All right, let me get my tee here. So even with the high tee, you're hitting on the bottom of the club face. Usually, what that means is you're in here and you are getting your spine angle up. You might even top the ball from time to time. Right? You come in here and you get that spine angle so that butt is coming under you. Right? It has nowhere to go. So there's a few reasons this could happen. One is you're too bent over when you set up like this, and then you have nowhere to go. So you got to go here. Okay? So check your setup position, because if you're bent over too much, I like to start. Why don't you start with the butt under you? Really get it. Like start here for now, because then if you start here, you're going to have to come down. So just do the opposite of, if that's your problem, start here. I mean, you would never set up like this. You'd probably want to be a little more here. But start with that butt way under you like this. Really get in there and swing. And see what that feels like. Just really try to do the opposite of what you're doing. So that's going to be, checkpoint number one. It's probably what's going on. I mean, all of this hitting on the bottom of the club is usually as a result of this butt coming here, and you're getting up on the ball too much. You're just coming out of it. Okay? So another thing is, if you are pulling those hands down, you're going to have to do that to get up under it. So you want to try to get this flatter in here, because if you're flatter, you're going to come around and keep your spine angle as you hit the ball. So a good little drill for that is coming here, bend down it. This is get in your impact position. Okay? And that's what you want to feel. And just do this little drill. Stay down here and just hit those, okay? You're staying down and you're trying to learn this position. Because if you're in this position, you're going to hit high on that club face. But if you're in this position, you're going to hit low on the club face. So I would work on that drill as well. I'll do it without a tee here. Just come in here. Even without a tee is fine, but whatever. Just come in here and try to stay down. So hit that drill like 500 times. Okay? And then get up. So do this drill 500 times. Then do that one 500 times. And then hit some shots and see if you're able to stay down through the ball. I hit that pretty high on the club face. It'll help. That's higher than normal for me. All right, hope that helps. I think it will. All right, what do we got? Yeah. Okay. Want to set a net at my house. What's the distance from your net to the golf mat? All right, here's my middle of the mat to my net. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 yards. 21 feet. That's my distance. But I can't hit pitching wedges from here. Pitching wedges, I go real close. Obviously, they go too high. My net is 10 feet high. Sometimes I hit drivers, I'll back up another 5 yards. So it really depends. This is 10 feet. If you made it higher, shoot, I can go. I thought about putting it way up there and going way back there. Hit drivers. I might do that one day. Got the space. But anyways, yeah, that's how far I am right now. 7 yards. I'm struggling with my 5-6 irons, catching them thin and tend to get more rigid in my swing. Okay. I feel your pain, Bob. Who is that? Not Bob. It might be Bob. Michael. Michael. All right, Michael. Here we go. Thin, long irons, mid irons. And you're feeling rigid. So get a alignment stick. Just hold it down on your club, just like so. Okay. So if you're feeling rigid, we're gonna do a little positive reinforcement drill. It's actually more negative than positive. So what's gonna happen is every time you're rigid, this guy is gonna whack you right in the rib cage, right? If I'm rigid, ooh, I get it right here. But if I'm rotating, then I don't get spanked, all right? So you're gonna learn through pain management, okay? Take your long iron, here's your swing, three-quarter swing, even less, and really rotate, okay? It's gonna train you to rotate and turn, okay? And stay down. If I come up, boom, I'm whacking myself. I need that down and through. The more down I stay, the better off I am. I'm not gonna have to worry about that stick getting me. There you go. And the more down you stay, the less time you'll hit it thin. So we've got to train ourselves to stay down. It's okay to be down here. You know, we see all these analyzations of Tiger of how he comes down too much. Well, look, that's fine. Don't even worry about that. We, mere mortals, we need to come down because we come up, okay? So we need to be here, and let's just come down a little bit more. Down and rotate. You'll be fine. Oh, that was pure. If you come down, you're going to really compress that ball. So do that 1,000 times. I think I'm joking. I'm serious. And then feel the same feeling while you hit some shots. Ooh. See, that's what I should have done yesterday when I was playing, because that feels good. I want to come down and around. And I mean, it'll sound different. Ooh. I can feel that. It's like a thud off that ball. So that's a great drill. Little painful drill. People will say, what? Take your shirt off. You have a little red mark right here. It's good for you. All right. I think I'm playing shorter courses, trying to have more fun. What's your opinion? Yeah. Shorter courses meaning, I don't know, executive or par threes. I do it all the time. I love that. I love going out to like an executive par 3 course. And man, I just go out and I have fun. I can go under par a lot, like 500, 600 on these par 3s, like 100-yard, 120-yard holes. Just do it, man. The game will be so much more fun. Or if it's even a full-size course, don't be afraid. Like every time we go to a course, right, we want to play the tips. Like I do that all the time, right? I'm playing the tips. 7,200 yards today, guys. I'm a man. Like sometimes, honestly, go to the shortest tees. Go to the kids' tees. Go to the ladies' tees. Mix it up. Don't always do the same thing. I think we get into that. You play the same courses every week with your buddies, and it's exactly the same. How boring is that? It's the same holes, same track, same tees, same everything. Don't do that. Play different tees all the time. Trust me, you'll get better. Now you're on the ladies' tee, or even further up, the junior tees, whatever they have. And you're gonna think, wow, okay, I could drive this green. And now your mindset is different. And let's see what happens. Mix it up. Play shorter tees, shorter courses, do all of that. And trust me, then you'll back it up to 7,400 yards or however far back you can go. You will be a better player because you'll have that 100-yard shot, but you'll be so used to it because you had so many of them. I'm a big fan of that. What about bounce? Okay, what bounce do you use in wet sand or bare lies with your wedges? Okay, wet sand and bare lies I use different. So if it's really fluffy, I use I typically play out of sand with my 60, and this is at 12 degrees. And so that's a lot of bounce, and it's a D-grind, if you need to know that. So fluffy sand, this is great because it has a lot of bounce. Hard packed sand is not very good because it has too much bounce. So then I would go to my 54, which has a little bit less bounce, and I might use that. But if it's hard packed, a lot of times I do not open the face on a hard pack lie because it's adding bounce to the club. So I keep the face very square when it's hard packed, and I'm really leading with that leading edge because I don't want to hit any bounce behind that club and let it bounce into the club or into the back of the ball. That's deadly. So you don't want to do that. The wet sand, it depends. If it's hard packed, the same rule applies. But if it's a fluffy sand that's wet, then I use a lot of bounce because I know there's a lot of sand under there, and it's not hard packed sand, it's just wet sand. So then I use a lot of bounce. Hope that helps. All right, my swing is generally steep. Did you have a question? Emilio, I don't know, okay. Okay, and top it. All right, I hit my 3-wood and top it. On a wet day, I can plug it in front of me. Oh man, I know, that's no fun. All right, what's a problem? Okay, so these are both basically the same issue. The top, you know, it's again, you're really coming up, boom, and thinning that. And so really hitting the top of the ball. Sometimes, you know, you could come up so much, like the back of the sole of the glove could hit the ball. So it's just this, your shoulders they're not, like your shoulders can open all day long and you'll be fine. But once these shoulders come up, again, it's the butt, it's all that, you are coming out of the shot. And you're just swinging up here like this, and you're, because you're trying to come probably too much up on the ball. Now, I top the ball sometimes with my 3-wood. When I'm on the course, typically it's on a par 5. When I'm going for the green, it's that same thing. You're really trying to kill it. Actually, yesterday my 3-wood was, oh man, I hit this great. I was on 2 on a par 5. But again, we're trying to shallow this out, okay? Because if you're steep here, I mean, you could be coming way over the top as well. Because if you come over the top, that's a big cause of it. You're over here, and you're coming down on the ball so hard, it appears like a top, but it's really over the top. You're coming down, and that would be the plug version. So it's this move here, this over the top. And I always say a lot of that has to do with your shoulder turn not getting back on your backswing. I don't think it's, like if you get a good shoulder turn here, it's hard to come over the top. Usually we have no shoulder turn, and then we start rotating, we're doing everything correctly, and we're just over here. But if that shoulder's back here and we do everything correctly, then by the time we do this, the club's down here. It's perfect. So we want to work on getting a bigger shoulder turn back here, okay? So do this little drill. Do a shoulder turn. Okay, keep your hands right here. Do a huge shoulder turn. Okay? And get your hands down here while your back is like to the target. And we're just going to try to hit some shots right in here. Okay? What I'm trying to do is train my body to have a different feeling just before impact. So turn everything, get those hands slow as you can, right here. Right here. And now I just want to hit a shot. Okay? And I'm trying to learn that I want my hands down here as I rotate. And that's going to help you not come over the top so much and attack a little more inside out. So work on that, and then you know, you should be feeling, put an alignment stick out there like 45 degrees. And that's what I want. I want to feel like my club is pushing out this way. Really want to exaggerate, over exaggerate that feeling so I can feel like that club is coming from the inside, way inside out. Just these little visual aids usually help. I'm looking out there. My target's here, but I'm looking out there for my club path. And I want to help my club path. So I'm visualizing my club matching up with that alignment stick too as I come down in here. Give those a try. Hit me back if that doesn't work. How do you hit downhill, steep, slope pitch to the green above your ball position? All right. Downhill pitches. These are good shots. So, depending on the level of downhill slope, here's what you want to do. Specialty shot. So, you can be down. I choke down on that club a good inch or so for starters. I come down here. I will back the ball up in my stance because the hill, it's going to be closer to my back foot. My swing arc is going to be behind me. But I also take more club. So I might have 50 yards. I will grab, well, hold on. Okay, so I'm taking more club, but I'm really opening that face. Okay, because I need loft, but the ball's gonna go lower too, so you gotta factor that in too. Some people take a little less club because they have that downhill lie, it's decreasing loft on your club. That's an option as well. So if you take more club, open the face, less club, then keep the face square. All right? Preference. I like to open the face because I want to get a lot more spin on that ball, and this allows me to swing faster and get more spin on the ball, and which is going to help stop it faster. And on these downhillers, you know, I want a lot of spin because typically it's going to run. So I've got a pitching wedge, choke down, hands a little forward, ball's a little back, open that face, and I keep just an accelerated motion through that ball. Obviously my weight's a little forward on that front foot. And I pitch that down. And that's how I go about it. There's a lot of different ways, but you have to practice that. And it's, you know, it's hard to practice on the range or anywhere for those downhillers. It's kind of on course. A lot of times I'll aim a little left. Hitting down on it, that ball is just naturally going to have a little side spin on it. So I try to open myself up a little bit. Open that face, and then I'm hitting down with a little cut shot. And don't be afraid to play a cut shot even from 30 yards into that pin. I think it's a good way to go. John, my grips, so I got these Lambkin TS1 grips. Just put them on. Played around 2 rounds of golf with them, and man, they feel great. They're a little, let's say, thicker. Well, they have like that taper, reverse tapering, so they don't get thinner down the shaft. So they're just as thick with my right hand as my left, so it feels exactly the same. I use Lambkin grips. I have them in the link below. Go to my gear page, click golf equipment or something. It's on one of those pages. And they're there. I love them. So, but I'm a Lambkin guy. And I don't know, I have been for a long time. I used to use the UTX for years. And now I just switched to these. And I have the Sonars too. I'll use those next time. What else we got? Familiar thing. Okay. Target drill, where you set up right of ball, then swing. Familiar? Or set up right of ball, swing, target. No, I don't recall that. Refresh my memory. Target where I set up right of ball. Maybe I don't understand the question. Sorry. Okay, but I will give you a nice target drill, which I use all the time. So here's what I do. I usually get some alignment sticks here. I want this one pointed there. Here, let me switch this out. I'm going to use 3 of them. So I'm going to use the blue one here. This is going to just be my ball line. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to match one of these exactly up with the blue line right up here. Okay, I just want it perfectly in line with the blue. Put it in the dirt right here. Hopefully that's good. Close enough. And then I just want to, you know, whatever your level of confidence is, put that one there. That's what I got. That's how confident I am today. I don't know if that's good or bad. So this is something I do. It's fun. Now I know the blue one is perfectly in line with the left stick. Right there. It's pointed directly at that left one. Okay, so I know that. And let me just make sure it's perfect. Okay, theoretically, if I set up square to that, and I have a 5-iron here, and I hit shots, this should go through the middle. There you go. That's something I do, and so I want to be just right there next to the blue stick. I'm looking, that's where I'm looking. Looking on the ground, right between them. So yeah, where do you look? You know, it's good, look on the ground, but you want to practice, like, stand behind, do this at the range, do this on your net, look. Luckily, like, I could see behind my net, so I'm actually looking even back at the trees back there. But I get in here and I look, I know I'm aimed right here, but I want to look, practice my head turn, because it's right there, which, you know, if I aim straight from here, I'm aiming like 50 yards right, or I'm looking 50 yards right. So I got to know, like, okay, I'm going right through here, but that equals that tree limb 50 yards away, 30 yards away. And then stretch it out even farther. So it's not really a straight line. It kind of goes back there, then around there, and back in here. That's why golf is so difficult, because these lines are, you know, in an awkward position. So I know, like, okay, I'm aiming there, and it's going to hit right there in the net. And then I know I started that a little right. Okay? That's what's great. Like, it was a good shot. I hit a solid shot. So what does that tell me? You know, it just wasn't perfect. So now I want to make sure that I'm coming around and hitting it a little more to the left than that one. So I took it too far inside, or I came back a little too inside out. So I'm going to go a little bit straighter back. I think that's good. I don't know. But that's a great target drill. Good luck. Start wide and go narrow. Thanks, Jeff. Thank you. Thank you, John. Okay, putting drills to do on the carpet. I'm going to do some videos on stuff like that coming up. So I'll probably be on, I don't have carpet on my house, so I'll probably do those on the putting green, and then, you know, you could do those on your carpet if you want. But I'll find some carpet. We'll figure it out. Let's go. What's your grip pressure? Also, do you maintain the pressure throughout your swing? Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, what's my grip pressure? 10 being like as hard as I can grip, and 1 being like it might fall out of my hands. Okay? I am a 6. And yes, I keep it for the entire swing. I don't squeeze it harder or looser. I keep it around a 6. Let's see. Feels good. Yeah, 5 or 6. 5 or 6. Oh, that was horrible. You got me thinking. That's a good question to ask somebody. Let's say you're playing a match against them. You should ask them that. And maybe around the 9th hole, depending on if he's beating you or not. Oh. Little gamesmanship, stuff we do to people. Okay, Baxter, here we go. How hard do I swing on a normal ball strike? So, see, I'll keep going through there. I'm probably 85% on normal. So this is, let's say this is just a smooth swing. You know, I'm really just, yeah, it's about 85%. Because if I gave it everything, it's everything I got. That one good though. And then this is my normal stock shot. Yeah, 85%. I like that. Okay, Hardy, set club 3 inches right of ball, and then hit shots, encourage. Oh, okay. Set club 3 inches right of ball. Oh, I see. So he's, Hadley's talking about, or Hardly Hogan, Hardly Hogan. I like that. He's talking about a drill where you do this, and you take it back, and then you come and hit the ball. Something like this, you know. It forces you to take it out here and come inside. It's a good drill. It's a good drill. You see certain guys, they'll set up and then they'll put their club, or they'll set up here. You can do the same thing the other way. Set up here, the ball's way too far out here, and you can do the same thing. Forces you to really reach for the ball. Yeah, those are great drills. Anything to help you and force you to fix your, to help your swing, I'm all for. Something I like to do with that is, although this is my perfect setup, what I would do is, you know, I want to come inside out. So something I might do is I put the ball way up here. So here's my setup, but I want to hit that. So it's forward and to the right of where I am. So instead of moving the club, sometimes I'll move the ball up there and try to hit that. So I get my perfect setup, 5-iron. I want to learn to stay down through the ball. I'm going to move it way forward. So here's where I wish it was. Now I'm practicing staying down through the ball because I got to go hit that. Stuff like that really helps you because it forces you to do stuff. So that's just a variation of that. I would do this drill. I'd move it like almost a foot forward, straight in, and then I'm like, okay, hit that. Yeah, that's a tough one, but it really helps you down and through the ball. Okay, that's on. Is it necessary to keep the left arm straight during your backswing? What else do you say? And benefit. Okay. So you see guys on tour, they're here, and there's a little bend. And I would say, let's say if you have some physical limitations. I know a lot of guys who are older, like 85 years old, still playing golf, and you know, they're bending their arms a lot, both of them, but they have to. Their body just doesn't move like it used to. And so they're more like, you know, bringing that club in here. And that was horrible. See, I can't do it. But, you know, if your body can't do it, you might need to do stuff like that. But let's say you're okay, you want it as straight as possible, but a little bend isn't going to hurt you. That's fine. And then when you come through, you see Jordan Spieth, he's got to like bend elbow as he hits shots a lot of times. So that's fine too. The benefit is you get a lot of what they call width in your swing, and you're widening that swing arc. So you're able to generate more power by keeping that arm longer, farther from your body here. And that's one of the benefits. Plus, it's easier to control the consistency if that's always straight. If it's bent and straight, it's very challenging to be consistent with that. So, I mean, the guys I know, they've done it for many, many years, and they don't hit the ball very far, but their bodies just can't do what they used to do, so they had to make adjustments to be able to hit the ball. Otherwise, it's long. And don't be afraid to keep your right arm straight also. Like out here. Like, you don't have to bend that right elbow in. You can keep that pretty straight for as long as possible. So don't be afraid of that. I think I think Sergio, he bends, but you know, he keeps that pretty straight. Then he kind of bends it on his downswing. But there's guys, you know, you could keep them both straight for a long time, and you'll be fine. All right, what else we got? Is having the 56 degree as my highest lofted enough? Yeah, it is. The 56, if that's your highest lofted club, that's fine, as long as you can utilize it. Open it up. If it's working for you, great. If you're playing really hard, fast greens, you might go to a 60 or even a 62. And I think that would be cool. I've used 56 for a long time before I ever got a 60, and sometimes when I take clubs out, I'll take a 60 out because it just forces me to get more creative and helps me play more shots. Do the Mr. Short Game mugs ship to Australia? I think so. I can't guarantee that. I think they do. Oh, and I'll be linking my Teespring account to my YouTube channel, so they should come there. But yeah, I think they do. But I'm not 100% sure. Not 100% sure on that. I would say try to order one, see what happens. All right, who's going to win, Tiger versus Phil? What are your predictions? What do you guys think? I'll ask you a question. Tiger versus Phil. Who we got? Who we got? I think it's not a fight. It's golf. You gonna do pay-per-view for golf and no tickets? What do you guys think of that? I'm a 12 handicap. I shot 4 under my handicap today, but keep topping my 4-wood. Would you hit down? Yeah, John, quick answer there. I would hit down. Kind of go at it like your 5-iron. And work on that. All right, but back to Tiger Phil. Yeah, Phil. Harley Hogan says Phil's a pretty big gambler, so you can't like just write him off. You know, you can't just write that guy off. He's a gambler. But Tiger, man, he'll slit your throat. I'm just not a big fan of that pay-per-view. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to pay just to see Tiger and Phil go at it. You know, like, are you going to pay for that? Or are you going to find it on Facebook where somebody's streaming it live for free? Let me know. Let me know. Phil hasn't got a chance. You're probably right. We'll see. Thanks, Menrique? Thanks, buddy. They should have 3 million buy-in for all pro winner takes all, kind of like World Series of Poker. I think you're right. They should. As a matter of fact, there should be events like that on tour where if you want to in, you got to pony up some money. You got to drop like 100 grand to be in, and then like winner take all. Something like that. There should be events like that. Pro events. You know, all the other pro events, I'm not sure about the web tour, but you know, most of these mini tours, you pay to get in. You got to pony up yourself. So there's pressure out there. That's why these web.com guys, when they get out there, they've gone through the mini tours. The web tour, they just don't make hardly any money. I mean, some guys do, but they're just used to playing under immense amount of pressure. So then they get on tour. Yeah, the pressure's there, but they, you know, they've had a lot of practice. And these tour guys, you know, they're making pretty good money, and I guess the pressure is losing your card. Nobody wants to do that. But I think there should be an event or two where something for fun at the end of the year like this. Hey, you want in this? There's a buy-in. Who wants in? And we'll see who's got the stones. All right, last question. Oh, I think they're playing Shadow Ridge in Vegas. That's where I believe they're at. Okay, what is your favorite number one most useful golf training aid? My favorite number one training aid. Great question. It's making me think. Okay, the alignment sticks. I'm just thinking of something I use all the time. I use these alignment sticks all the time. So these are super useful. I would always have alignment sticks, which is something I use consistently. And I have this putting. I have a putting device I use. There's different ones. See, I don't want to just name off one because different companies make them, and I just got one yesterday that's a tiny version of something that I'll be doing a review on, and it's amazing. So that could be it, because I like something that just goes in my bag, I pull it out, and we're good, like those alignment sticks. So for now, it's the alignment sticks. And I know, it's not the most glamorous of answers, but it's something I have in my bag. It's always there, and I use it all the time. So that's what I like. Do you want, okay. Okay, I'll do one more question, and I gotta go. Do you want Tiger to beat Jack? I don't. He has no charisma. I don't, or hardly. Hogan says he doesn't. Jack was a gentleman. I do agree with that. Jack was a gentleman. And if it was a gentleman award, I would stick with Jack and like Palmer and those guys. But I do want to see, I got to say, I'll be honest, I do want to see Tiger beat Jack's record, because I'm for achievements. I'm for the excitement of it. I'm for the drama of it. I want to see him get to 17 and have that, you know, be in the hunt for 18. And I want to see him at 18, and then, you know, I love that scene we saw in Atlanta at East Lake when they're all just going crazy when Tiger won. Like, I'm for that kind of stuff, and I like it. And I think it's inspiring, because it inspires a whole nother generation, so that we can see somebody else rise up and do it again and beat Tiger. So that's why I would be for it. It's my long answer. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for supporting the show. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of the channel. I love you guys. I really do. Do this for you. I'm really working hard to make good content, so you guys, you know, can improve, so we can all get better. All right. So you can support the channel by clicking the My Gear link. I make affiliate commissions off the links below. So if there's something you want, like if you're gonna buy balls, just click the link. I just get a $1 commission or something like that. But whatever, right? You're gonna buy balls anyways. You're paying that anyways if you buy off Amazon. It's going to somebody. So anyways, that's how you can support Mr. Short Game. Just a little plug. Anyways, that's it. All right, love you guys. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time. Peace out.